Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video over on PrizePicks. I got my 3 favorite plays for you in this video. We're talking about the World Cup action for Thursday, guys. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We've got 6 games of World Cup today, which is, this ramping up the last couple of days. We got 6 games. It's going to be absolutely sick. But first up, do me a huge favor, drop a like on this one. I ask it every single time. And for those of you guys who hit that like button every single time, I really do appreciate you. It takes you 2 seconds, completely free, so go ahead and do that. And if we get to 50 likes in this video, there will be a bonus pick in tomorrow's video. So make sure you guys are locked in, hit that like button. Now, let's talk about these games today. Super important thing. I'm just going to mention it right off the bat. Some of these games, some of these teams are playing for nothing. They don't really care about these games. So it's worth mentioning that, and we'll talk about that more as we get into the video. But notably, Germany has already won the group, and there's no benefit for goal differential or anything like that. Once you've been in your group, you're basically good. And USA has already won their group as well. So those are the 2 main ones. And there are a few teams in this case that are technically out already, like Tunisia is out and Turkey is out. But I don't care about that too much, because when you're still in the tournament and playing a game, right? No matter if you're, going to make the knockout stages or not, you're still obviously going to play your hardest. Whereas if your team is already into the later rounds, you will probably not play your hardest in the same way that a team who basically has nothing to lose, right, will play their hardest. So we'll talk about that later on, but just want to make that super clear. Anybody who's hopping on their app going, you know what, USA Moneyline looks pretty good right now, just know they're not starting like half their team. Now, let's talk about the recap from the day before, man. This is everything we took yesterday. There's one thing that I'll always do on my videos every single day. Win, loss, draw. I'm going to talk about the recap, man. And we had a couple very, very close ones on our VIP. This was one play that I sent out, which was almost perfect. Or if Ron went in here just like 4 more passes, we greened this one out for I think it was like a 7.75x. So it would have been huge. And we had a couple more plays where we got 2 set up and then 2 missed out here, 2 set up and then 1 missed out here. But at the end of the day, man, we did not hit any of our 4-mans. I'm going to say this every time, man. We're going for long shot plays, 4-man plays. And everyone in the VIP already understands this. It's going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of time. But over the long run, we will profit. And this is the kind of stuff, man. You're going to go through a few days like this where you just lose a little bit of units. But then you're going to find days like this where everything just goes perfectly right. And you don't just win a little bit of units back. You just win a ton of units back. In this case, you won 30 units. And this was just like on Saturday, I'm pretty sure. So not even too long ago. Now on the YouTube plays, very, very close to getting a cash out, honestly. Very, very close. We just need 3 out of these 4 plays to go. And then we green out our flex play. But unfortunately, Danilo went over, and Brill and Bolo and Jonathan David could not scrape together one last shot. I was really disappointed in that. I felt really good about this one. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Missed out on our flex play. And thankfully, we did smack out on the YouTube play. We didn't actually miss every single play on the YouTube because we did hit Switzerland on the money line here. And it wasn't just a regular play, man. This was a plus money play. At plus 140, I told you guys to lock in Switzerland on the money line. And man, it greened out. On the Discord, this is one I dropped in from earlier, but it was Jude Bellingham, and we smacked it out with another easy winner. But yeah, at the end of the day, not a bad day overall, because we did smack out on our free money line, which was a plus money play. So even though we missed it on the PrizePicks slip, we made it back and then some on the straight pick here. Now, let's talk about today's straight pick right here. We're going to go over to Rebet and lock this one in, guys. If you're not on Rebet, man, it is definitely the best app to go ahead and get on, because they are doing this thing with early payouts, which I absolutely love. So if you're taking the money line and your team goes up by 2 goals, so they're up 2-0, you're going to get the paid out like straight away. You don't have to wait for the end of the game. If they start selling, if they start absolutely just dropping goals left and right towards the end of the game, you don't care. You already got paid out, because if you're up 2-0, you're green. That's one thing that Rebet's doing that I'm pretty sure no other app is doing right now. So make sure you guys are locking in on Rebet. It is available in all of these orange states right here, which is an absolute ton of states. And in addition to that, if you guys sign up on Rebet using code FFBAM or just DM me the word Rebet right here, you will get 2 months free of VIP. I honestly would appreciate it if you DM me first to Dama93071980, and then I'll help you guys get on Rebet with code FFBAM. In addition to that, man, 60 days of free VIP. People are paying $150 a month to go ahead and lock it on the VIP picks, and they're profiting on top of that. You guys can get on all of that for literally free for 60 days. All you gotta do is sign up for an app, man. No reason not to do it. Now, and make sure to DM me, and I can get you on the app. Now, let's talk about the plays for today. We're going to go over to actually the exact same game we were just talking about, which is USA versus Turkey. And I'm liking Turkey or draw on the double chance here. So basically, we're just fading USA, saying if USA does not win this game, we're fine. And now, let's break down exactly why USA might not win this game in this scenario. So USA are at 6 points, right? The 2 teams that they've beat are Australia and Paraguay. And because they head to head is the tiebreaker here. Imagine USA don't win any games, or USA lose against Turkey and they end with 6 points, and Australia beat Paraguay and they're on 6 points. Because the tiebreaker is a head to head and it's not like a goal differential like it has been in previous World Cups, I don't honestly like this change. And a lot of people who watch the World Cup don't like this change, but it is what it is. Because it's a head to head, USA have already won the group. They've already got the head to head tiebreaker over Australia and the head to head over Paraguay, meaning that they don't really need to care about this game because no matter what, even if they end on 6 points here, even if they lose this next game 20-0, they don't care. They've already made the number 1 seed in the group locked down. That being said, USA has already made it clear that they are sitting a lot of their players. Pulisic not playing. Obviously, he's half injured at this point. Tyler Adams is not playing. Anthony Robinson is not playing. Fuller and Balogun's not playing. Chris Richards is not playing. A lot of players who are on a yellow card are not playing because they don't want to get another yellow card here, meaning they can't play in the round of 32. That'd be horrible, right? So Poch is already sitting a ton of these players. You'll see that USA's projected lineup is basically their B team. And if you are on the A team and you're getting the starting lineup for USA today, you're probably only going to play half the game. I would imagine this to be almost like a friendly for the USA men's national team. This is not going to be anything crazy. Now, on the other hand, you've got Turkey, who have yet to score a goal, have gotten 3 goals scored on them, and have dominated in every single one of those games. They played 2 games and they dominated both of them. Had a ton of shots. I think it was 27 shots or something ridiculous? These guys have been dying to get a goal. And their entire nation's out there basically just giving up on them. This is their golden generation of Turkey. And they absolutely sold. They're already out, by the way. Because they lost the tiebreaker to these two. So even if they get 3 points and these guys get 0 points, which is not possible, if one of them gets 0 points, it doesn't matter. Turkey has already locked up the 4 seed. USA's already locked up the 1 seed. The only thing that really matters in this game is Australia, Paraguay. That matters a ton for this group. But Turkey right here, they don't really care, right? They just need to go out there and save some face. I expect them to play super hard. It's the last game they're going to play for a few months as well. So I really do think they're going to be locked in this one. In addition to that, USA is not going to be locked in. It's kind of the perfect storm to go ahead and fade the USA and take a Turkey or a draw. The way this double chance works is basically if Turkey money line hits or if they get a draw, we get paid out for either of them, right? The only way we don't win this bet is if USA wins the entire game outright on the money line. So lock this one in on Rebet. This is one of my favorite plays. And guys, we smacked out our play yesterday, which was Switzerland on the money line. So I'm feeling really good about this one too. Now, let's get into PrizePicks and talk about these picks. Well, actually, make sure on the Discord, I don't know if I talked about this. Link in the comments. You guys can join up. It's 100% free. I want you guys to lock in on the Discord, man. So join up. It's free. Get in there. Now, let's talk about the plays for today. We're going to go scrolling down over to one group that actually matters a ton. This group doesn't matter that much because seed 1 and seed 4 are already locked up. But man, this group over here, group F, it matters a ton. You got 4, 4, 3, and 0. Tunisia, they're already out, but they're trying to save face, of course, like every other team who's out should do, right? If you guys are wondering, does this make sense? Right? This is even a thing? Look at what happened with Haiti yesterday. Haiti were already out. They ended up putting 2 goals in against Morocco. One of them was a banger, maybe even the goal of the tournament. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. They played well above their caliber. I expect Tunisia to actually lock in this well for this game too. But the point is, we're going over to Co and Ao. I'm not going to try to pronounce these names, honestly. We're going over to Co and Ao, and we're taking them on the unders here on their passes attempted. So the reason we're doing this, well, first of all, this is a super important group. If Sweden wins this game, they have a shot at the number 1 spot, but definitely the number 2 spot. If Japan wins this game, they have a shot at the number 1 spot, depending on how much they win it by. And if you don't want the number 2 spot in this group, by the way, the number 2 spot in this group, I'm pretty sure plays, I think Morocco. So it's bad. You don't want to be the number 2 spot in this group. I haven't gone exactly deep into the bracket, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. So you want to take these guys on the unders here. The reason we're doing this is because I expect Sweden to play above their cut. And if we look at how Japan did against Tunisia, these guys both hit the overs, but that was against a Tunisia team who just kind of rolled over and died. It was 4-0 in that game in favor of Japan. I don't expect the same thing to happen here with Sweden. Sweden played very well against Netherlands. I know the final score was 5-1. It didn't look like it was very good, but this Sweden team is actually pretty solid, and these lines are just straight up disrespectful. The way that you can tell from a disrespectful line from a regular line is a disrespectful line will have a really high passes attempted, basically just saying that this team, right, in this case Japan, is so much better than Sweden that they'll control the ball so much that Sweden will not get the ball very much, and these guys will get a lot of passes in, right? That, I don't think will be the case in this game. Unless Sweden scores super early, I don't think we're going to lose these plays because I think this one, if it's kind of a deadlock battle, will be pretty even. Sweden's not actually that bad of a team, and Japan, they're okay. I know they beat up on Tunisia, but it seems like anybody can beat up on Tunisia at this point. Tunisia might be the worst team in the World Cup, and they played Netherlands pretty even, but they were clearly the second best team in that game. So I'm not coming out here thinking this is going to be another 5-1 in favor of Japan just because Netherlands drew Japan and Netherlands 5-1 Sweden. That's not the way I'm thinking. I think this one's actually going to be quite close. So I like these guys on the under here. Like, they could still have 60 and 60 passes and be fine on the under. So the lines are pretty high. I do favor the unders. Now, one more thing I got to mention before we get into the last play of the day. Germany are not playing for anything. I saw somebody text me. I think it was one of my clients on the VIP just texting me saying, am I good to just take Germany on the money line here? And I was about to say, whoa, you gotta watch out there. Germany on the money line, they don't really care, right? Like IFC, I think they're still going to play their main players, at least for half of the game, get some good reps in, stuff like that against probably the best team so far they face, or maybe one of the better teams in Ecuador. But this Germany team does not need to be locked in for this game. They've already locked up the 1 seed, period, end of story. So watch out there. That being said, the game we're going to talk about is actually going to be back over in Group D, and we're not taking this Australia-Paraguay. We're going back to USA-Turkey, and we're going over one of my favorite plays of the entire day. I think it's probably my favorite play on the board right now, actually. It's Arda Güler on the over of 50 passes attempted. This is such a low line, and if you guys have watched any Turkey games so far, what's been happening is basically the entire Turkey team have the ball for a lot of the time. They have been dominating possession, like I said. They've had the ball a ton, and every single one of them, except for Güler, is wasteful. They're very complacent. They take a lot of long shots. They really just think if we shoot the ball enough times, eventually it'll go in. They don't really care to dribble around their players to try to create quality chances. That's basically how the entire Turkey team is playing, except for Arda Güler. Arda Güler has been absolutely locked in, and he has been probably the only good thing that's happening for Turkey so far. And this might sound dumb because they haven't scored a goal yet, and I'm saying that one of their more attacking players is playing really well. Just go watch the film, man. Watch the games. I don't think I missed a game yet. I'm super locked into the World Cup. I've watched both these Turkey games, and man, this Arda Güler kid is insanely locked in when it comes to this. He got in 70 passes against Paraguay, 73 passes against Australia, and I know they controlled possession of both of those games. But what makes you think they're not going to control possession against the USA B team? Like, this USA team is not all that deep, right? And half of their starters aren't even playing. So I think Turkey should absolutely dominate possession in this one. This might actually be my favorite play on the entire board. And I also see no reason for Güler to get subbed out in this game. This is literally the last game of soccer that he will play for like 3 months until he gets back starting up again in Real Madrid. The last game of soccer he'll play for Turkey for like another, a year or something like that. I guess if you count friendlies, it's maybe a little different. There's no reason for him to rest in this game. Turkey are out. They need to save face. He's their star player. Have him play as much as possible. Have him get as involved as possible as he can. So I like him here on the over, 50.5 passes accepted. And yeah, that's all I got for this one. Co on the under, AO on the under, Güler on the over for passes. And then we're also locking in a play on Rebet, man, which is going to be Turkey on the double chance. So lock those in. Man, we cashed out yesterday, which was on the money line. Let's try to cash out here. I'm taking this as a power play for 5x. 3-man flex plays are not my jam. Mathematically, they're bad. So just don't take it as a flex play. Take it as a power play. Hopefully we can go it out for the 5x. And yeah, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all watching the video. And let's make some money on the World Cup on Thursday.